Oh my god. This is cuisine in Mauritius. Guys, look what I found. Bangladesh hotel. Uddin Grill. We found our Bengali brothers on the streets of Port Louis. There's obviously a lot of biryani across Mauritius that originates from the Indian subcontinent. But since we found our Bengali brothers, why not try some home food too? So we're gonna get one of those, tell you what it tastes like. Right guys, you saw that Bangladeshi shack that we walked past, specifically Bangladeshi food for the Bangladeshi labourers here. There's quite a few. They gave us a sort of traditional Bangladeshi biryani, but I'm going to see how Bangladeshi that is, considering everything they use here is local produce. So this is a chicken biryani. You can see it looks absolutely delicious. There's potatoes in there and chicken in there, and they've got a side of, look at this, tamarind chutney almost. Tetoi is what they call it. Give you a side order of that, and a side packaging as well of some onions and carrots. So you're supposed to basically dash that into the biryani and try it. This is a huge portion of biryani, by the way. You forget how much rice Bengalis actually eat. So I'm just going to take a spoon of this, a little bit of chicken, a little bit more of the spicy. Oh my god, that is delicious. That is a very, very good biryani. That's reminding me of home actually. I'm not homesick at all, but sometimes I miss the flavours of home, and that is a beautiful reminder of that. Long grain, aromatic, fluffy rice infused with potatoes and chicken, and honestly that is wonderful. Surrounding the chicken is this lovely green pasty sauce, and it adds a huge level of moisture to it. That green sauce is unbelievable. Found a Fanta passion fruit, which admittedly I've never tasted before, and that is bloody brilliant. A great refreshing drink in this excruciating humid heat to wash down those flavors. Right guys, again on the streets of Port Louis, we're just walking down, we're actually making our way towards Chinatown. We found another place called Sunlight Snack, and we've got the most typical Mauritian street food. It's called Bhajja. Bhajja, and it's basically Bhajja. I think that word might derive from a word called Bhajja, which means frying, actually in Bengali and probably from Sanskrit. That's probably where it comes from. These are people from obviously an ethnic background of Indian, probably from the Indian subcontinent somewhere, and they're basically fried almost like breaded dumplings. And they're topped off with a little bit of spicy sauce. They're Indian owned here, there's a big Indian community here as we mentioned, so let's try one of these.
Good?
Delicious.
This is made out of, this looks like lentil.
No, it's just bread. It's almost like a, when you go to a Caribbean shop and you get a bread roll, it's basically that, but it's fried. Is there some more coming? This is aubergine. Very nice of him to give us some more. This is aubergine, deep fried aubergine. This is almost like begun biran, which is we have around the table in Ramadan. Again, you can see how that spans all over the world. In Mauritius, local people here are eating this. Let's have a bite of this. Oh, that's actually delicious. Now, they put like a doughy, something doughy around it and then deep fry it, which makes it quite puffy and filling. But these are effectively an addictive street food snack in Mauritius. This is cabbage. Yeah, please, a bit more sauce would be great. Topping up on the sauce. This is chili sauce. Onion. Okay.
Cabbage one is good.
This is cabbage. Thank you very much. Perfect. So you can see here they basically have a variety of different fillings. Taking a bite now of the cabbage one. Takes a bit of a different shape. Oh my god. That is just crispy and delicious. Now, it's quite similar to like a pakora or a onion bhaji, but the difference here is like the dough is a lot more bready. The thing that it's deep fried in is a lot more kind of bouncy, stringy, almost like a bit of bread. But honestly, this is super delicious. This is a chili one, so let's try a bit of this. Woo! That's got a kick to it. Let's try the potato one last. Absolutely delicious. Again, this is a must-have street food snack when you're in Mauritius, originating from the Indian migrants that moved here so many years ago, amalgamated and formulated, got its own taste now, its own style, and that's a bit more of a puffy bread-like texture. This is delicious. This one is bread, deep fried bread. That's freshly made. Freshly made bread bhajja with a little bit of a chili tamarindi sauce. This is unbelievable. Shout out to my boy Arshad and Nadia at their wedding. They fed us something similar and it is brilliant. That's my wife harassing me to taste it. She can't just let me enjoy it in peace. Finish off. Oh, this is something else, honestly. Dab. Baby coconut, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing says tropical island more than something like this. That is refreshing. Super refreshing. But that's not what I really want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about this. Freshly squeezed pineapple juice. You see, fruit is something that's universal. It tastes similar everywhere. It's just delicious everywhere. That is so refreshing. It's kind of frothy and creamy. That indicates a very, very special breed of pineapple that you can only find in Mauritius. Unbelievable. Super excited for the next one. What we're having now is called the Farata. Again, you may have heard Farata in London or anywhere else across the Indian subcontinent. Here, it's spelled with an F, Farata, and again, it's an indication of that lovely amalgamation of loads of different cultures. Now, it's actually more like a roti for what we would know. It's just flour and water, and it's sort of wielded together into a flatbread, into basically what you might consider a roti. Then it's sort of pan fried very slowly, just with not much oil, just little bits of oil. And then when it gets really interesting is the content of what they put inside. Now, we've actually we're on the sort of outskirts, the peripheries of Chinatown. We're just walking in to see what the sort of Chinese cuisine here offers. We found a little shack here, it's incredible. It's a gentleman who's originally Chinese Mauritian, and then we've also got somebody who looks like an Indian Mauritian, and their husband and wife. So they look to have merged two different cultures together, and I think that resonates in the food. Because what they stuff this farata with, some butter beans cooked in a sort of yellowish lentil kind of style. Then you've got the tomato sauce, and then you've got this green leafy stuff which looks a little bit like spinach, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. They couldn't tell me what it is in English, but it looks a bit like spinach. And then the killer is they've got an extra cool thing here. Amidst the red is they've got a fish sauce which they make with sardines. And again, Mauritius, we forget, is an island, surrounded by water and beautiful beaches. And one of the results of that is seafood. Seafood is very popular here. Fish is very popular here. So it's perhaps no surprise that they've shoved some fish into this as well. So enough chit chat, similar concept to the dol puri. It's like a flatbread that's shoved with stuff and wrapped up in a sort of messy way. It's super messy and fun. That's what I love about this. Messy, fun and colourful. Same concept here, but obviously the fillings are very different. So you grab it like you would almost like a wrap, and here we go. I think I could live off that. I think I could just eat that forever and be content. There's also a mix of like cabbage and carrots, almost like a bhaji in there as well, which I forgot to mention. They put that in specially for us too. Super spicy. These guys, Mauritians, they know how to take spice. This is super delicious. I'm gonna have another bite. With every bite, it's just like destruction. The whole thing falls apart in your face. But honestly, in terms of flavors, in terms of textures, that is unbelievable. A lovely Mauritius snack here. Not the dol puri though. This is the farata.